Look at these stock market charts from January 28th, 2025. What you're witnessing is a bloodbath. A staggering $1 trillion has been wiped from the US stock market, and the cause? The release of China's Deepseek R1 AI model. This AI model is as capable as the best US models.
Deepseek revealed that it was able to outperform the leading US AI companies at only a fraction of the cost.
Most shocking of all, it reportedly costs less than 3% of what it took to develop ChatGPT 4 just 2 years ago. On this channel, we've been talking about an AI arms race between companies. Today, that race has evolved into a full-scale AI competition between nations. In one corner, the United States, a nation with a long history of technological dominance. In the other, China, a country with a very different ideology and motives. In this race for dominance, it's not about weapons, but intelligence, artificial intelligence. Some experts compare this moment to the Cold War, calling it the Sputnik moment of AI. The White House has already announced an investigation into the national security implications of Deepseek AI. Meanwhile, OpenAI has accused Deepseek of stealing its intellectual property to train their model. The stakes have never been higher. The US is now pouring $500 billion into the Stargate AI project. This global race could be one of the biggest stories in tech this year, as AI becomes a matter of national security. Technological advancements are accelerating at an unprecedented pace. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's break it down. What exactly is happening here? How did a relatively unknown company accomplish this? Is this another case of AI hype, or is this the real deal? Since the release of Deepseek R1, the world has been scrambling to catch up. Let's make sense of it all. Historically, when technology intersects with national security threats from ideological opponents, we see groundbreaking innovation. The competition of World War II gave us computers and jet aircraft. For a long time, the US dominated AI research, but that changed on January 20th, 2025, with the release of Deepseek R1. Deepseek R1 is free and reportedly performs on par with OpenAI's $200 a month model. It excels in language, reasoning, mathematics, and coding. It even outperforms Claude 3 and Google's Gemini. But Deepseek doesn't follow the conventional playbook of current AI giants. Because there is no competition for an open-source AI of this caliber, users have been flocking to it. Deepseek R1 has already topped Apple's App Store rankings, and the stats behind it are jaw-dropping. The AI was built in just 2 months and reportedly cost only $5.6 million to develop. For comparison, building an AI model from scratch typically costs between $100 million and $1 billion. Meta alone plans to spend $65 billion on AI. So how did Deepseek achieve such extraordinary results on a fraction of the budget? Wall Street analysts see 2 key factors at play here.
The first is, it doesn't matter if it's a Chinese government psyop or not. The technological innovation of having an LLM train itself through reinforcement learning is impressive. The cost efficiency of doing inference with only 7 billion parameters rather than 700 billion parameters is impressive. The possibility of being able to do more model training and inferencing with less usage of power and less chips is impressive. It doesn't mean, though, that chip demand is at risk. What I think it means is you're more likely to see an acceleration of AI everywhere, all over the economy.
Deepseek being open source disrupts the business models of US AI companies. OpenAI and other American firms rely on expensive, closed-off models to justify their costs. Deepseek, on the other hand, runs efficiently on consumer-grade hardware. Users can deploy it locally on a few Macs Pros. The entire AI industry is now questioning whether they've been spending too much money, using too much energy, and overcharging for their services. This shift has sparked panic across the market. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman announced that GPT-4 Mini will now be offered for free in an effort to compete. Meta is reportedly in crisis mode. Meanwhile, Chinese tech giants like ByteDance, Alibaba, and Tencent have also slashed their AI model prices to keep up. Despite its low-cost structure, Deepseek remains profitable, while its competitors hemorrhage money. However, the controversy doesn't stop there. OpenAI has accused Deepseek of scraping ChatGPT output to train its model. Last year, OpenAI even blocked accounts it suspected belonged to Deepseek to prevent potential data theft. The US government is investigating whether intellectual property theft was involved. Additionally, despite US sanctions, Chinese AI firms are still acquiring top-of-the-line NVIDIA graphics cards. The big question: who exactly is Deepseek, and how did they pull this off? Unlike most AI companies, Deepseek's founder, Liang Wenfeng, doesn't come from Silicon Valley. He comes from finance. Liang co-founded the hedge fund Highflyer, which used AI to predict market trends and make investment decisions. Under his leadership, the firm grew to manage over $8 billion in assets. But Liang had bigger ambitions. In 2021, he quietly began stockpiling NVIDIA GPUs, just before the US imposed restrictions on AI chip exports to China. What started as a side project soon turned into a full-fledged AI company, Deepseek, and the R1 model is the culmination of that work. As Deepseek shakes the foundations of the AI industry, one thing is clear: the AI race has officially entered a new phase. The world is now playing catch-up, and this is only the beginning. One of the most shocking things about Deepseek R1 isn't just its performance, it's how it was trained. Unlike most AI models that rely on human-labeled datasets, Deepseek R1 was trained entirely through reinforcement learning. That means no humans guided its learning process. Instead, the model learned from its own interactions and feedback loops, refining itself without direct human intervention. But here's where Deepseek truly stands out: its architecture. Instead of the traditional AI model approach, Deepseek R1 uses a cutting-edge technique called Mixture of Experts, MOE. Sky News describes it perfectly, where OpenAI's latest model, GPT-4, attempts to be Einstein, Shakespeare, and Picasso rolled into one. Deepseek's model is more like a university broken up into expert departments. This allows the AI to determine the type of query it's receiving and direct it to a specialized section of its digital brain, while the rest remains switched off, saving time, energy, and most importantly, computing power. This is a game changer. Most AI models run every single neuron every time they process a query, but Deepseek's Mixture of Experts allows it to activate only the necessary experts for a given task, making it far faster, more efficient, and significantly cheaper to run. This approach explains why Deepseek R1 matches the best US AI models while using far fewer resources. It's not just another AI, it's an entirely new way of building and running AI models. And that's what's scaring the competition. US companies are scrambling, governments are investigating. AI development is about to accelerate faster than ever. We are witnessing the AI Cold War. Will this force OpenAI, Google, and Meta to innovate faster? Or will China's free AI models take over the world? One thing is certain: the AI landscape will never be the same again. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Deepseek the real deal, or is there more to the story? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the biggest AI updates.